What's up, friends, little subbies? Today is Monday, and this is my review for Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 3, Episode 11, the episode before the finale. Guys, I am feeling very, 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 very down in the dumps, depressed. Um, I really didn't want to do this video, but because people do actually watch them and comment, I'm gonna do it. But I'm really not happy at all. I wish I could tell you why. I'm going to actually think about that, whether I should share that with you in another video. But anyways, let's get to the review. Of course, I missed the first 4 minutes. What's new? Um, so the episode started off with Rich meeting up with his ex, Tiffany. Now, Tiffany's that pretty blonde chick that he used to deal with. I guess they were fucking for like 3 years, and he asked her to spy on Erica Mena, which she did. She ends up sleeping with Erica, and now she feels some type of way about it, like she's not getting anything out of the whole deal. So, she tells Rich that she told Olivia the whole story and that she's going crazy. She had to talk to somebody about it. Um, and she's like, I didn't do all this for nothing. I love you to death. And then she's like, I'm about to cry, and she does like this whole fake cry situation, and Rich is like, who's here with you right now? Who's here with you? So he basically does that whole player shit. Like, I hate that. Like, I could smell right through, like, the freaking TV screen that he's such a dog. So, the girl goes, I want you to stop fucking with Erica. And then she gets up and he's like, alright then, shorty gotta go. She gets up and she starts kissing him, and it didn't even look like he wanted to kiss her. It was so funny to me, but yeah, she kind of looks a little crazy. Alright, next scene is Jen and Consequence, which was a very pointless scene. I guess they just needed them to be in this episode. I don't know if they were the first to appear in the first 4 minutes. Whatever, who cares? It probably wasn't even that serious. So, Jen and him meet up at some little cafe or whatever, and she's like, I got a cupcake for Kaden. And Cons is like, why'd you do that for? She's like, well, I just got a cupcake for Kaden. I just wanted to have cupcakes and bring them home. And I'm like, bitch, you whine about everything, and the whole conversation that they were having was about her complaining that Cons doesn't communicate with her the way she wants him to. And she's like, I need you to talk nice to me. Um, I need you to be nicer. I'm just like, oh, God. You need to treat me good. She whines so much. Sometimes I wonder, how the hell are they even in a relationship? How is a black man gonna put up with this shit? You can't put up with black women nagging, but yet you could put up with a white woman that is. Let me stop. I'm done. So, and I was gonna put the teeth in, but like I said, I'm not in the mood. Today's video is probably just like, ooh, just like the song I'm playing in the background. Okay, so Joe and Kaylin are in the house, and Kaylin's cleaning. Um, and Joe tells her that he's going to go to DR with his ex Tahiri. And she's like, why? He's like, because I want to. I'm going out there with her with or without your consent. And she was just like, whoa. But yeah, I would have did the most if my man told me that. Oh my God. Thank God I'm not Kaylin. Thank God. Because there would have been a homicide on live television. So anyways, he's like, I might still be in love with Tahiri and I want to find out. And He's like, I love Tahiri enough to let her know the truth, blah blah blah. So Kaylin's like, so what do I do? Like, I mean, I was homeless before you when you came and you basically saved me and, Captain Save-A-Ho. And now if you come back and you're still in love with Tahiri, what's going to happen to me? And Joe was like, I don't mean to sound insensitive or cold, but that's not my main concern. I'm like, what a fucking asshole. Yeah, that was beyond, like, I would have packed my shit and was like, alright, fine. That's what you want to do? Go ahead. And if it doesn't work out with you and Tahiri, don't come back to me. That's what I would have did. But this dumb bitch was like upset for the moment. And then all of a sudden she's like, okay, I'll support you. Because I love you that much. So yeah, um, next is Yandy and Kimbella. The beginning of the scene looked like Yandy was in a music video. It was just so freaking dramatic, so freaking over the top. But yeah, she goes to the studio and she has Kimbella meet her there, and she's basically crying because the feds came to the crib looking for Mendeecees, and she's worried that she's gonna lose him. She loves him so much she can't live her life without him. Yada yada blah blah blah. And Kimbella's just there to calm her down and make her feel better, and that's what friends do, right? Okay. Now, Tahiri arrives to DR and her booty is beyond popping. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if I would have wanted to have an ass that big. It's a nice butt, but it's just a little too much. Probably can't find clothes to fit. Enough of the ass, but when she's in DR, there's a bunch of kids, and she's actually um, doing it as a, I guess, a charity or whatever for children in DR. And a lot of the children there, I think, were Haitian. Um, some of you might not know, but there are a lot of Haitian people that live in DR. So anyway, I saw this scene where this little Dominican chick looked at Tahiri like up and down. I was like, this little badass bitch is probably looking at Tahiri, hating on her, talking about my boyfriend's probably looking at her. But yeah, Tahiri starts speaking that Boricua, and yeah, then Joe, I think Joe meets up with her. Yeah, so Joe meets up with Tahiri on the beach, and he has like a candlelight dinner set up for her, and looking all romantic and stuff. They're having a conversation, and he's basically being really calm, and Tahiri just flips out on him, like totally flips out on him. He feels like the relationship would have worked out if she didn't have daddy issues and whatever. And then, like I said, Tahiri flips the fuck out, and then she's like, you know what? I'm still done with you. And then he gets up and he's like, yeah, I think I'm done too. And he walks away after smoking his cigarette down to the core. That shit was, he was smoking the filter. Oh boy, I have no energy, guys, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, so Joe was like, damn, Tahiri, you're so volatile. And I'm starting to see that. She really is. But again, it's her daddy issues. Um, alright, so Olivia and Mama Rich meet up with Rich Dollars at a restaurant, and they're basically interrogating him and bugging him about him having sex with Erica Mena and how he needs to stop fucking her. She's dirty. She's this. Olivia's throwing shade, like saying that Erica fucks everybody. Don't you wash your hands like 20 times a day, yet you're fucking this dirty hoe? Like, she's just saying all types of fucked up shit. What's new? So his mom's just like, why do you sleep with Erica? Why? And she just wants to answer like she's the cops or something. Finally, he's like, well, she's using me, so I'm using her. And Olivia's like, you know what? If you don't stop fucking with her, I'm gonna stop fucking with you, and I'll go to some other record label. Blah 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 blah. So after they threaten Rich, Rich decides, fuck Erica Mena, I'm done with her. You guys win. Boo hoo. No more Erica. So now Tahiri meets up with her dad after 2 years of not speaking or seeing him. And they are all, crying and shit, having their little poppy daughter moment. And she tells her dad that she's mad at him for cheating on the mom and having all these other kids. And the dad was like, you can't be mad. You can't be mad. Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. And then he tells her whatever the hell he had to tell her. And then they get into a conversation about her and Joe's relationship. And she's telling the daddy how she's been broken up with Joe for 4 years, yet she's still hanging on to him and she still loves him and she doesn't know why. And she's like, now it's coming together. It's all because of me seeing you and the way you were with mommy and da 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 da. And that's true because I have the same issues with Tahiri, the same exact fucking issues. And I hate it with a passion, but it stems from having daddy issues. I wish there was some kind of therapy class you could take to help chicks with daddy issues fix them and to get over their exes that treat them like shit, stop holding on to the past, whatever. So daddy was like, well, daddy was like, you don't want to let go of Joe. That's why you still, feeling him after 4 years. It's like, because you don't want to let go of him. You gotta let go of him. And then Tahiri starts crying and end scene. Now it gets to Joe and Tahiri. This is after Tahiri tells Joe to go back to wherever, go back to Jersey. He ends up meeting her at her little room, and they're having a conversation, and he's telling her how he still loves her, and he wants to know if he's still in love with her, and he had already discussed it with Kaylin, and after he said what he had to say to Kaylin, it was like it felt so good to lift that out of his, system or whatever. And she's like, well, it's wrong because you have a girlfriend and da 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 da, blah blah blah. And he says how much he feels bad that he treated Tahiri so bad because she was a good girlfriend and he was a bad boyfriend. And the way he was giving Tahiri the looks, it was just like so obvious that the feelings are just still there and they're strong. And he does love Tahiri more than he loves Kaylin. That's obvious. Um, I don't know what else the hell. Oh yeah, then she starts talking about, yeah, I date people, but it just doesn't work out. And she's like, I don't know why. And he basically is like, you're in a worse situation than me because you can't keep a man. And she's like, no, you're in a worse situation than me because you're playing house, acting like you're happy with your relationship when in reality you're not. You're just doing it for show and you still love me. So the scene ends with them staring at each other, and I was like, they're about to fuck. But obviously, they don't show that, so who knows? Okay, now the end of the episode ends off with Yandy and Mendeecees, and it was a very, very sad scene. It's as sad as I feel like right now. um, but they get up, he's in bed, and the baby's crawling on him. And Yandy goes to make breakfast, and she's really sad because he has to go turn himself into the police and stuff over the whole molestation charges, which I hope were false. I hope that that little girl made up this story just because she knew that Mendeecees was gonna be on Love and Hip Hop, and she just wanted to stir up some shit, and it wasn't true. Lord, I hope it's not, because Mendeecees is just so innocent looking. It would just make me like look at everybody like they're freaking evil, because he looks like such a saint, even though I know he's not. Who is a saint nowadays? So, it was so cute how him and his son had on matching sweaters, and I hope they took the tag off that little boy's sweater because that shit was hanging. Um, and he tells his son, um, if you don't see me for a while, just know that I still love you, and da da da. And then the little boy goes, what does that mean? Oh, what does that mean? Oh my God, boo. Yeah, so he had to explain to his son that he might not see him, and basically, the dad, whatever, Mendeecees did not want to tell the son what was going on. He was like, I don't know. Then he starts to cry, and then the son was like, oh, you, baby's crying. And he's like wiping his dad's tears away, and Mendeecees like, no, I'm not crying, I'm not crying. I thought that was a cute scene, or whatever. He gets his son ready to go to school, and he takes the baby, and next minute you see Yandy and him in the car going to surrender himself to the police, and she says she doesn't want to leave him even if he does go to jail. And yeah, that's the end of that. This was the quickest review that I've ever done. It's only like about to be 16 minutes. Normally it takes me like 28 minutes. But because I'm not energized and I don't really have much to talk about, it's short. But the finale looks like it's going to be pretty good. Um, it looks like Tahiri and Joe end up locking lips, and he talking about we're going to have sex. I'm like, damn, nigga, you already know you about to smash. Yeah, so anyways, Olivia, no, was Olivia in this scene? Erica and that girl Tiffany get into it. The whole thing just looks like it's gonna be entertaining. They better be going out with a bang. If not, the reunion is going to be what shuts this whole shit down, and everybody's gonna be like, yeah, hoping for another Love and Hip Hop New York. Um, so yeah, you guys, if you didn't see that video where Consequence and Joe Budden got into it, it's not that clear. You can't really see the whole fight, but all I see is that Consequence was knocked down on his ass. And he was trying to play it off like shit wasn't. He's laughing after he gets his ass whipped. He's laughing, and Jen is in the background like, I'm calling the cops! I'm calling the cops! And yeah, if she was about it like Tahiri, she would have knocked the nigga out in the face, whatever, but she's not about it. She's a little pussy bitch that whines all the time. Guys, I'm going to go pray and hope that everything works out with my situation. Um, that's all I could do. I leave it up to God. So I will see you guys on the next review that I do. Hopefully I'm in a better mood tomorrow. Just know that life is full of ups and downs, and we all go through them. So don't judge me for my attitude right now, okay? Just pray for me. Thank you.